Okay, this is my second time trying to make this video. And this video is based upon hip-hop, music in the music industry itself, and and comparatively the differences between what I consider to be good music and what other people consider to be good music. And where I'm going to start off is, when I was growing up, I was influenced and had a very fond liking of, like a lot of what I consider to be hardcore hip-hop. Everybody's opinion is going to be different, I'm assuming, but you have to realize that I'm not fucking 11 years old either. What I'm trying to get at is, growing up, I had a lot of influences that involved what I called gangster rap, or just hardcore hip-hop at heart in general. Like, I guess it doesn't even have to be gangster rap. And there's a few people, newer people that, still fit the standard in my book. And I'll mention some of their names. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll even leave like a link to their fucking Facebook or YouTube account, because I think they deserve some recognition. And they deserve more than just, word of mouth and just a few followers and few people that actually do care about their music. And, okay, now I gotta get back to the basics of my video. When I was growing up, I was influenced a lot by people like, Wu-Tang, NWA, which I'm not old enough really to say that I lived through those eras. I mean, Wu-Tang, I did. I mean, I wasn't really old enough to, appreciate it for exactly what it is, but I was old enough to be introduced to that music at the time that it was being released, and then have a fine appreciation for it as I get older, and I can understand it, and understand why people look at it and they're like, holy shit, that was fucking amazing. I was influenced by Wu-Tang, Method Man. I just loved the way that his delivery was, and the fact, if you ever go on YouTube and you look up old BET ciphers, I think they were called, or just BET behind the studio type shit, where he would freestyle for the mic, or on the mic, and then you just look at that and you see just how fucking creative this dude was. It's amazing. The same thing for Eminem. And then I was influenced by Tupac. I would say Biggie Smalls, but I really wasn't. I never listened to Biggie Smalls on my own terms. I listened to him through other people, through association. I would hear some of his music, if my uncles were listening to him, or they're not really friends, but it's mostly my uncles who were really into hip hop and got me an introduction to it. And so I don't know much about Biggie Smalls in the aspect of his music and how to appreciate it. I mean, if I went back and listened to it now, I probably could, but I can't say that I know a lot about it. I'm one of the Eminem era kids. I followed his career all the way through, even till now. And the one thing that I was trying to get at, and I'm starting to lose track, is comparatively, kids these days have influences that's paths were paved by Lil Wayne, I feel, and Birdman. And they paved a path where the context and the skill and technique in their raps isn't there anymore. It's absent. Anybody can get radio play that's really got a decent beat. And whereas when I was growing up, I mean, it really wasn't even about radio play. It was about just people following other artists, or following these artists based on lyrical context, skill, ability, techniques and shit. And nowadays it's you have a retard on a video or in a song sounding like he's crying like a little bitch over the song, and all these kids are going to like it, and they're going to get a bunch of views, and these corporations are going to take everything and push it, because these kids who don't even understand what hip-hop is about are what's buying the music and pushing this industry. Then you have artists that are trying to make comebacks and do stuff who are just as good, if not better, than what they were when I was growing up, and they can't even make comebacks because these kids don't care. They don't even have an interest in what these dudes were trying to do. And I would say, oh, these are washed up rappers, these are washed up singers. Like, it's even with singers in the same context too. I can't really give you examples right now because I don't have that thought on my mind right now. It's all about hip hop. And they're just as good, if not better, than what they were when they started out. But they have no chance in the music industry because nobody's buying their music. Nobody gives a shit about them. All these kids really don't know about them. Who they know about, who started the music, or who started this rap, who started rap in their minds, who paved the path for hip-hop nowadays. And I don't even know the difference between rap and hip-hop anymore because of this. Is Lil Wayne and Young Money, and they got the worst rappers that they could possibly find put on the same fucking label that ran the music or the hip hop music industry for the longest time. And then you got fucking Kanye West, who thinks he's a god and really has no lyrical context, and the only thing that he's basing his fucking career off from is the fact that he thinks he's an artist in every context of being an artist, not just a hip hop artist. He's a fucking artist all around in his mind. And you have these people, these kids, just people believing this shit about this guy. And in my opinion, he's the worst fucker out there, along with everybody that comes off from Young Money and whatever the fuck his music label is. Big Sean is just a fucking retard in my opinion. I might have like 5 seconds of a song that he's in that I like, and it's on a fucking Fall Out Boy album. So that being said, I'm angry about this. And then you have like these underground people who are trying their hardest to push it and make it and do this shit. And somebody that I appreciate's music that is technically underground but really isn't, because he's got radio play, he's got MTV, he's got BET pushing his shit. And then you got YouTube. It's Tech Nine. Like, I love that dude because growing up I actually didn't like him. I had to rediscover him in my early 20s and push myself to understand the vastness of why he's a great artist. And the reason is because you got him coming up with shit like, give me the knockin', I'ma chop it the candy with tomorrow, but I'ma lock it down and hop in the pox like empanadas. And then like there's other artists who can do that, but he's been doing it for so long and has such a vast understanding of it, and he can flip his rhymes back and forth any way he wants. Like, I'm just gonna party to get the pussy, hit the drink until I'm numb. Or then he can flip it the other way. And people just don't understand technique anymore and lyrical context, because it's not just that he has this technique, it's about lyrical context too. And it's about validation. There's no validation, there's no lyrical context anymore. There's no fucking legitimacy to it anymore. It has just dropped down to the lowest grade of mental retardation in this fucking hip-hop industry that you can possibly find. You can go to any special ed fucking class and find yourself a hip-hop artist based upon what these music industry fucks want to do with it now. And I'm going to put links to the people that I actually appreciate in the music industry to some of their videos so that hopefully my rants and bullshit will get some of the people that actually deserve recognition some fucking play. Because it's fucking ridiculous that my favorite artists growing up don't even get any fucking recognition, can't even have a comeback in their career, when compared to these fucking retards that just came out are the best thing that could ever happen to this music industry in the hip-hop rap realm. And it's just self-destruct. It's self-destructive. Like, it's going to completely collapse itself, because once these kids are hopefully intelligent enough to realize that hip-hop is not what it is supposed to be, the industry is going to be fucked, and there's going to be no artists left that even want to partake this shit. And then you have other artists that used to be great trying to fucking come down to these other artists' levels of retardation because they know that they can't make ends meet unless they do it. And it's all because of circumstance, because of what you fucking industry fucks want to push. And that's my fucking rant. And I'm livid about this because I actually wanted to be a hip-hop artist at one point, and I know there's no way for me to pave, there's no path for me to pave for myself if that's what's popular. And you get these small fucking cult followings for these artists that actually mean something, these new artists that mean something. But do you honestly think their careers are going to take off? No. Look at Yellow Wolf. Look at Machine Gun Kelly. Look at who the fuck else? Look at Cess Crew. Look at Ritz. All these people, I mean, minus Machine Gun Kelly, I mean, I don't really like him all that much, but I do respect him in the fact that he actually tries to do what hip hop is meant to do, or meant to be. He tries to do something to establish himself in hip hop in its roots. And you look at all these people, and they have cult followings, but they're never on the fucking front lines. You have retards on the front lines. And none of these people get any fucking recognition when they're actually putting forth the work and trying to come up with the best rhyme schemes and trying to come up with the best technique so that they can deliver this. It's just pathetic to me. And that's the end of my rant. I'm sorry. It's just what I feel about hip-hop.